Hey guys, Swifty here. First of all, I would like to say a big welcome to all of you out there watching, as today is my first ever video. Now, I will be showing you my cube collection as of February 2014, and I hope you all enjoy, and let's get into it. So guys, this is my Rubik's brand cubes. So to begin with, the Rubik's brand 3x3 keychain, which is pretty small, it's pretty cute, you know. It's just a keychain cube. It does actually turn okay-ish. I guess you could solve it if you really wanted to. Next up we have the Rubik's brand 2x2. It's really smooth through these, but as soon as you try and cut it all, it is zero and locks up quite hard, but it is still solvable, and it is actually quite small compared to most 2x2s. Now this is my Rubik's brand 3x3. This is definitely my first cube I ever got. It does have CubeSmith tiles on it, and I have modded it quite a lot to make it faster, and it's actually not that bad. I could actually get okay times on this thing, but yeah, that's my 3x3. Next up, the Rubik's brand 4x4. Now I'm sure everybody knows how bad these things are. It just never wants to turn. Look at that. It locks up like crazy, and I have probably only solved this thing maybe twice if lucky. But that is the Rubik's brand 4x4, and that concludes for the Rubik's cubes. So guys, this is my Xingqiao collection. We'll begin with the 4x4 version 5. Now this cube's pretty good, very fast. Slight lock up there, but that was probably just me. But very smooth, very fast, a nice puzzle. As you all know, the inner slices sometimes lock up. Don't seem to be getting it at the moment, but in a solve I get it quite a bit, so I'm hoping the new 4x4 I'm getting will be a lot better. Next up we have the Xingqiao 5x5. Very smooth puzzle, my best one by far. Now I'm not amazing at big cubes, but this one's definitely my favourite. Definitely better than my B cube. But nice puzzle, very smooth, very fast again, as with most Xingqiao cubes. Now next up, 6x6. Now, I cannot say I'm very good at 6x6 at all. I had a V cube 6x6 before that, and as you know, they lock up, they're terrible, they're slow, so I don't really solve it too much, but this cube is way better. It's like a fully modded one without even modding it at all, so that's nice. Next up we have the 7x7, and this one's pretty new to me, but this was very fun cube. I've solved it many times since I got it. Very smooth cube, I was quite surprised. Now my hands are quite small and it's quite hard to reach sometimes, but I'm hoping to get the 7x7 mini hopefully sometime. That would be pretty cool, but that concludes my Xingqiao collection. Alright, next up in the collection guys, we have the V cubes. Now I have the 2 to the 7, and I'd just like to say these are mostly for collection purposes, so none of these are actually my mains at all, but that's fine. Anyways, on to the 2x2. Now this is pillowed obviously, and it is not a bad of a 2x2. It's corner cuts, it's quite smooth, but you know, I'm not a huge fan of the pillowed just because my fingers often slip when trying to grip onto those corners, but that's fine. I just like the look of the pillowed and got them for the collection. Next up, the V-Cube 3 pillowed. Again, very smooth, not bad, quite fast. I just can't control it really with the pillowed, but every so often I do pick it up, give it a solve for fun, and not that bad. Alright, next up, the V-Cube 4. Now, this cube is actually not that bad, I must say. Does all that good stuff a 4x4 does. Even corner cuts a little bit, not bad. The only problem I have is it does click on the top when you are turning sometimes. Like this piece up here kind of goes up and clicks on the screw underneath, and it does actually get quite annoying during a solve, so I guess that's what really put me off it, but otherwise not that bad. Next up, the V-Cube 5, and I have had this thing for ages. It was my next cube after the Rubik's brand 4x4, because no way was I getting a Rubik's brand 5x5, that would just be terrible. So this cube is actually well broken in, very fast actually. I just do prefer my Sheng Shao 5x5, but this is actually not that bad of a cube. And yeah, so that is the V-Cube 5. Next up, the V-Cube 6, and everyone shudders as I say that, I know. Now when I first got this cube, there was actually a bit of problem. There was an inner piece missing, one of the very small pieces, so I was turning away, being like, cool, I got a 6x6, and boom, explosion, pieces everywhere. It took me so long to get this thing back together until the last pieces, and then I had to contact V-Cube, get the piece that I was missing, and once I got there, got it all back together, and now it's back into working shape. Although not amazing working shape, because it is still a V-Cube 6, and I have not modded this at all. I wasn't really wanting to take the pieces apart again, to be honest. So unmodded 6x6, very hard to turn, comes out of alignment and all that good stuff. But yep, next up, the V-Cube 7, definitely a huge improvement on the 6, very smooth, not bad actually. I would actually give this a couple solves sometimes, because it is quite a fun cube still, and I do quite like having a 7x7 that has pillowed it. It feels quite nice in the hands, because it does kind of shape around, and it is a big cube obviously. But yeah, that concludes my V-Cube section of my cube collection. Alright guys, this is the final part of my cube collection. This is just everything else that I have that I couldn't really put into a category, so I'll just do it all in one go. So first up, we have the Calvin's Puzzle iCube, and it does have an Evergenie logo. I'm guessing he is the designer, but I'm not too sure about that. This is a 3x3x4. It does shapeshift, so that is very interesting. It's definitely something different from just a normal solve of a cube, so that's something I really like. And I did learn cuboid algorithms on this, even though I don't have another cuboid, but I might get one in the future, I'm not sure yet. But that is the iCube. Next up, the Landland 2x2. Now it does have CubeSmith stickers on it. I think it is half brights. Yeah, it does look like half brights. Anyway, fast, smooth cube. What more could you want? Only thing is not too much corner cutting, but it is a cheap cube. But it did used to be very good. But still, great cube. Next up, we have the Dianzanchi 2x2. This is 50mm. This is my main 2x2. It is very fast, very smooth, and very buttery, which I quite like, and there's not much more to say. I really do like this cube. Next up, we have the Dianzanchi 3x3. This is the version 5, and it is obviously the white plastic, although I'm not quite a fan of the white cubes, but for some reason it came in white, even though I did order black, but oh well. This is my first ever speed cube after the Rubik's brand cube obviously, but still a great cube. I do really like it. I still give it a solve every so often, but it is not my main anymore. Next up, same thing, Dianzanchi. Only difference is this is stickerless. Now, this is pretty much the same, but there's just that extra factor. I don't know what it is. Must be somehow because it is a stickerless cube, but again, great cube. Just not competition legal. Next up, we have the Fun's Puzzle Fangshi Shuangren version 2. Now, this is a great cube. I do like this. It does have a fast, smooth-ish. It does have a scratchy feel to it, but it's not too bad as out of the box. Great cube though. last but not least, we have the Moyu Weilong version 2. This is again 57mm, that's all I have at the moment, but this is my main cube. It's so fast, so smooth, it has crazy corner cutting, over 45 easy, and yeah, that's just my last puzzle that I have. So this concludes my puzzle collection, cube collection, whatever, as of 2014. Now this is my first ever video, so thank you guys very much for watching. I hope to have more to come, and I would love you guys to watch it, so please like, subscribe, as everything does help, and of course, thanks for watching.